hits it.
The day. Borges. Seriton. Chase on here for Noah, who will put pressure on Subasic in the corner. Does it fairly as well and wins a throw for his side. So they tried to get back into this one. Be a nervous last 20 minutes for those Mariners faithful. It's given away cheaply. Well, good to see Manolo back on the bench, having served that suspension. It's such a great record at Hyderabad, of course. Almost a 50% win record during his seasons there. Can he transfer that magic to the Gores? Jay Gupta had to stretch the reach. That one did get it under control, though it's just out of the reach of Boris in the middle. Noah. Carlos was in there as well. Roland Borges. Well closed down by Sahal. Now Bagan Supergiant will look to break. Not a great ball. Sahal just rushed that one as he tried to pick out Petratos. McHugh. Given away by Carl McHugh. Ashik in turn gives it back to Roland Borges. Both sides giving the ball away cheaply at the moment.
And that cross from Jay Gupta did fall to the person that you would want at the end of that delivery. It did fall for Noah, but couldn't connect and really test the goalkeeper.
The day. Sandesh Jingat. There's Jay Gupta. Carl McHugh. Udanta. Sandesh Jingat. Now Seriton. On by Roland Borges. Carlos. Good ball in, it almost finds Noah. Anwar Ali was there with a high boot which caught him in the chest. Nothing given. Now Manvir will race away for Mohun Bagan Supergiant. He stayed down Noah, so Anwar Ali will put the ball out of play. Caught him in the chest. Caught him in the head, in fact.
I think the knee at the end of that touch, that's what hits him on the chest. A great looking ball from Roland, was just towards Noah. Well defended from Anwar Ali.
Changes about to be made. Paulo Retre is coming on. Carl McHugh is the man that's going off. As we take the water break in the second half. Mohun Bagan are also going to make a change at this time. Liston Colasso coming in to replace Ashik Karunyan. Also coming in is Brendan Hamill in place of Anirudh Thapa. These are the goals.
Noah Sadoi giving it an early lead in the game. great interception and makes no mistake from just outside the penalty area. And then this tackle from Jay Gupta. Cummings making no mistake from the penalty spot to get an equalizer and get Mohun Bagan Supergiant back on level terms. And then the impact substitution. Sadiku getting that lead for Mohun Bagan Supergiants just a few minutes into the game after the substitution was made.
And Noah's back on his feet. Paulo Retre comes on for a second substitute appearance. Another new face, of course, another Australian making his way into the Hero ISL. Eustace comes forward for Mohun Bagan Supergiant, who are 13.5 minutes away from another appearance in a Indian Oil Durand Cup final against their big Kolkata rivals, of course. First touch there for Paulo Retre. That's a day, clumsy. Sheraton was a little bit too far forward there. You could see a day gesturing. He wanted him a bit deeper than that. But it is a throw to Mohun Bagan Supergiant. Now they are going to make their changes. Liston Colasso and Brendan Hamill are coming on. And the players going off. Ashik Karunyan and Anirudh Thapa. So whether that means that they're going to go to 5 at the back, I'm guessing so, with Hamill as central defender coming on. He'll drop in alongside Anwar Ali and Hector Eustace. Just too high for Sadiku. Borges gives the ball away to Ashish Rai. Away by Jingan. Carlos. Just got there ahead of Liston. Now Boris. Noah's onside, is he? No, he's not. He's offside. Late flag, as we expect these days. I think the referee actually blew before the flag went up, and he was so sure that it was offside.
Once again, Hector doing extremely well, always checking Noah's run, and right in the last moment takes a step ahead to catch Noah offside. Really good awareness and experience shown by Hector.
A lot resting on the shoulders of Noah Sadoy and Carlos now. Vishal Cave. Brendan Hamill. And you can see the history. 1889, Mohun Bagan established various guises over the years. Now Mohun Bagan Supergiant for the coming season. And they expect silverware. They're attacking on 4 fronts this season, of course. The Indian Oil Durand Cup, the Hero Indian Super League, the AFC Cup and the Federation Cup, which will replace the Super Cup at the end of the current season as well. Back on the attack again, chase on for Petratos, but that will just beat him into touch. Much on the pass from Sahal.
Dimitri Petratos, which is unable to keep it in play.
Good header again by Brendan Hamill. He was outstanding last season in his debut in India. a day. Jingan, clock ticking away from FC Goa here. Mohun Bagan Supergiant 10 minutes away from Sunday's final.
Jay Gupta with some impressive footwork gets the ball forward. Now Boris Singh.
Boris trying to get to the byline. He's got Seriton behind him. Liston sticking with him. Paolo Retre into Noah Sadoy. Going crossfield. Hamill just run away from Carlos slightly. Here comes Jay Gupta once again. Another well-struck shot just over the top from Jay Gupta. Forced Vishal Kaith into a save earlier in the half. And that was just a fraction too high.
Carlos just wasn't able to keep the first touch in control, but Jay Gupta trying to make most of it. He has got a shot in him. Mohun Bagan Supergiant just taking as much time as possible, running the clock down.
They're doing their best to get right behind their side here, the Mariners faithful. They lead by 2-1 as we enter the final stages of the match. Can Goa get back into this and force a penalty shootout? Can Mohun Bagan hang on to book their place in the final? And it will lead to a matchup between two sides that have won this prestigious trophy on 16 occasions each. Umami East Bengal and Mohun Bagan Supergiant. But still, time yet for Goa. Here goes Boris. Wins the free kick. Little tug of the shirt, rather, by Liston Kalaso that was spotted by the referee.
There's some great footwork from Zahal earlier. That's a good cheer from the supporters. But FC Goa have earned a free kick in a good position. Would want to make most of it in these last few minutes of the game. Trying to get back on leg terms before the final whistle.
Seriton goes all the way back to Dheeraj. Not a great clearance, but still managed to find Jay Gupta. Here is Xavier. Oh, that's given away to Sahal. Goalkeeper's off his line here. Petratos was a long way out, but Dheeraj able to get back and gather.
Yeah, it does make sense to keep Jay Gupta on the field. He's looked impressive throughout the game. Has had a couple of shots from distance as well.
Sandesh Jingan. Can the 2021 winners get back into this one? Here is Jay Gupta. Paolo Retre. Carlos. How many players Mohun Bagan Supergiant have got back behind the ball? Jay Gupta once again. Well, a shooting chance, maybe tried to play that one in towards Noah. Heavy challenge. Players falling all over the place at the moment. It will be Petratos who brings the ball away. Possibly a head injury, I think, for Jay Gupta, which is why the referee's stopping play. Brendan Hamill took a heavy blow as well.
Yeah, head clash between Jay Gupta and Hamill. And then came Manveer.
And Manveer landed on the back of Jay Gupta, which wasn't comfortable. They have made all 5 changes, Goa. What a tournament it's been. It's hard to believe that the opening game back on the 3rd of August, Mohun Bagan Supergiant beating Bangladesh Army by 5-0. Here we are 41 games later rather, and about to find out the destination of our second final place behind Imami East Bengal. Well over 30,000 inside the BYBK, the Salt Lake Stadium. Such a wonderful venue. What do the final 5 minutes hold? I'm sure there will be considerable stoppage time, as we've seen. Maybe some 7-8 minutes to be added on at the end of the match. But whatever happens, it's been a fantastic occasion, and two great semi-finals at Ditty, which have really emphasised the importance of this competition and the prestige of this competition.
Absolutely, and it's given us a good idea
of Mambir just firing over,
and it's given us a good idea of what to expect in the season ahead. This was a chance for Manveer, great position for him, but some good defending by Xavier Gama. Just wonder if he could have taken a shot off or put a ball in, crossed the ball in and towards his teammates.
Brendan Hamill's header falls to Jay Gupta. One ball over the top again, Noah Sadoy. Vishal Kaif comes out, just manages to put the brakes on before he carried that one outside of his penalty area.
Great starting position from Vishal to read that ball and take that decision, take that call of going out, collecting that ball. We know how dangerous Noah Sadoy can be in those kind of areas.
What a great clearance from Dheeraj, put his side back under pressure. Sadiku. Ball back towards Sahal. On the turn, but couldn't hit the target.
Not a great clearance from Dheeraj, puts his side under pressure. Sahal disappointed with himself, should have connected better. Sadiku doing extremely well to find Sahal. There was some pressure coming in from Sandesh, but Sahal would be disappointed that he couldn't connect with the ball and give a cushion to his team in terms of the goal.
Still 2-1. Lovely ball from Paolo Retre down the line. Adamsi gives chase, but Saviour gives chase, but Vishal Kaif will allow that to just run out of play for a goal kick and run a few more seconds off the clock.
Fans are excited, and they should be, because we're just a few minutes away from a possible Kolkata derby again this early in the season. We've already seen one in the group stages of the Durand Cup. We could possibly see another one in the final of this competition.
They have met in the final before, of course, back in 2004 when East Bengal ran out winners by 2-1. Jingan just holding off the challenge of Sadiku. It'll probably get a little bit tempered in the final few moments. Go will want to get the ball forward. Mohun Bagan Supergiant will do all they can to hold them up and frustrate them. Clear foul on Sandesh. Lazy looking ball in from Seriton that time. Final minute of the 90. Mohun Bagan Supergiant leading by 2-1. Here's Sahal. Petratos. Wasn't a great ball. In behind Manveer. Noah. Brought down by Brendan Hamill. So a free kick and a chance to get this ball into the danger area for the Gores. Yellow card for Brendan Hamill for his protests.
Noah Sadoy will be taking that free kick. They'd want to make the most of it as we approach the final few minutes of this game.
This might be Goa's best chance of getting back into the match. Confirmation of Brendan Hamill's yellow card. We're into added time at the end of the match. 8 minutes indeed will be added here. Paolo Retre is over the free kick. Can he come up with a telling delivery? Plenty to aim for in the middle. Needs to keep it away for defenders. Brilliant head of Jacobs. Good save for Schalke. And another save by the goalkeeper from the fullback, who's had an impressive game for Goa. Used the pace on the free kick.
Jai Gupta has been extremely impressive throughout this match and gets his best chance of the match. Keeps it on target, but Vishal doing extremely well to deny Jai Gupta.
By Xavier Gama, away by Manvir. Ade. Paolo Retre is right in the thick of it. Manvir was there as well. Ade wins the header, but came in a little bit too strongly for the referee. And a yellow card for the Spaniard. Did he lead with the arm? That's possibly what the referee has seen. It seemed a firm but fair challenge.
They're not happy with that decision from the referee. Thinks it was a fair challenge in his opinion, but gets a yellow card, gets into the books of the referee.
Ashish Rai was the player that felt the brunt of that challenge. There was certainly just an arm, but no more than you would in a natural sort of movement to gain some elevation. But free kick was given, and it gives Vishal Kaith a chance to run a few more seconds off the clock.
Yeah, it did feel like a fair challenge. He was looking at the ball, trying to get the ball. His arms weren't raised. That is the reason why Uday was frustrated with that decision.
Good play by Boris. Nicks that one away from Subasic. Tried to let it go early for Noah, but was too close to the goalkeeper. Boris just lacked the quality on that pass. You could see Noah's reaction, frustration in the middle.
And Noah was just asking for that ball, and it was just you could see his eyes just lit up in that occasion.
Petratos in towards Liston Colasso, hooked away by Paolo Retre. It's going to be end-to-end, you can be sure of that. On by Carlos. Nice ball back to him by Xavier Gama. Stops and just checks and has a look to see where his teammates are. Paolo Retre, Noah, just out of his reach. Still the chance for Carlos coming across the area, but once again too many maroon and green shirts back behind the ball. Here's a chance for Boris. Subasic, solid challenge that time. And here come Bagan Supergiants. It's a frantic end to the match. Chase on for Sahal, who'll just run this one into the corner. Sadiku. Shot was blocked, and now Jay Gupta will bring the ball away. Finds Paolo Retre. Real grandstand finish here at the Salt Lake Stadium. Boris gets away from Subasic this time. Hector Yuste comes across. Paolo Retre. Carlos comes off Ashish Rai, and once again Mohun Bagan Supergiant will tidy up. Here goes Sahal in behind. Oh, he's caught late by Seriton. Sadiku. Jay Gupta makes the challenge. Sadiku's back to his feet. Petratos in support, tried to chip it through. Flag has eventually gone up for offside against Armando Sadiku, and everybody can just have a moment to take a breath.
It's been end-to-end action in these final few minutes. Both teams throwing everything they've got. Mohun Bagan Supergiant doing extremely well to absorb all the pressure that FC Goa has thrown at them. And they did find an occasion, an opportunity to hit FC Goa on counter-attack. A wasted effort in the end from Sadiku.
Jay Gupta down the line for Xavier Gama. 3 minutes of added time remain. Throw-in taken by Jay Gupta, who has looked impressive tonight. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him over the coming season, dropping in the full-back position. Seriton. Lovely ball laid down the line for Boris. Now can he come up with a bit of quality? He's shown too much of it to Liston. Wins it back though. There was a little tug by Liston. In fact, the referee's given the free kick against Boris. He felt he should have gone the other way.
I did feel like it was Liston Colasso who might be at the end of that going against him.
It was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I have to say that I think sometimes referees should just let those little tussles go. Football is not a non-contact sport yet, or not that I'm aware it isn't. Just breaks the play up and gives Mohun Bagan Supergiant the chance to get the ball forward with a goal kick. Here's Roland Borges. Goa doing their level best to press. Now Noah Sadoy. They can get the ball to him. There's a sense that things might happen. He'll tease Ashish Rai down that far side. Hamill comes across, bent in towards Paulo Retre, who couldn't get a header on the ball. Roland Borges. Seriton. Roland Borges down the line by Paulo Retre. Boris plays it across, takes the deflection. Away by Sahal, not very far though, although the deflection does almost take it to Sadiku. Free kick to Goa. I think the home crowd thought that was the full-time whistle, but it was Sadiku that was fouling. Paulo Retre. No height on the ball, away by Hector Yuste. Borges. Boris. Three in the middle. Paulo Retre needs quality, doesn't find it. Away by Hector Yuste once again. Seriton outside. Now there's a good angle to get in behind here for Goa. Once again it's cleared away. Roland Borges wasn't too far away with the shot. Caught it well on the edge of the area, and it's just narrowly wide from Borges.
That was perhaps the last opportunity for FC Goa. Should have kept it on target. Would be extremely disappointed with that effort. Had some time, Roland Borges, at the edge of the penalty area. Couldn't connect it properly. And now Mohun Bagan Supergiant will take all the time they can to push the ball forward.
They're almost there. 16-time winners. Look as if they're going up the other 16 against the other 16-time winners. There's a free kick to Goa. Is there a chance for them to get this into the danger area? They just have to launch this and get everybody forward. It is now or nothing. Manolo Marquez, doesn't matter what competition or what context, he wants to win every game. Well, he's not going to win this one, certainly not in regulation time. The best he can hope for maybe now is a late equaliser and a penalty shootout, but it has to be delivered precisely by Roland Borges. Juan Ferrando on the brink of another final. The Hero ISL champions from 2022-23. In comes the ball from Borges towards Sandesh Jingan. It's over him. Ade will keep it alive, but there goes the full-time whistle. And Mohun Bagan Supergiant have booked a place in Sunday's final against their Kolkata rivals Imami East Bengal. A chance to atone for that 1-0 defeat in the group stages. They celebrate together as a group. They've had to withstand some pressure from FC Goa in those final stages, but they've held it together. Sadiku proved to be the match winner, having come off the bench. And Manolo Marquez falls short at the semi-final stage, but expect big things from FC Goa this season. Mohun Bagan Supergiant are into the final of the 132nd Indian Oil Durand Cup after a 2-1 win over FC Goa. Brilliant performance, brilliant night, and a great occasion for a semi-final, Aditi.
This heavyweight battle lived up to the expectation. Great football from both the teams. Mohun Bagan absorbing everything that FC Goa had. And now time to enjoy for these fans, for the supporters, and something to look forward to as we see a Kolkata derby in the Durand Cup final.
That first time since 2004 that the two giants of Indian football will meet in the final. The third oldest club competition in the world, the Durand Cup. The three trophies on offer, the Durand Cup, the Shimla Trophy and the President's Cup, will be contested in this stadium on Sunday. It's live on Sony 10-2. Kickoff is at 1600. Our coverage starts at 15:30 on Sunday on what will be an occasion to savour ahead of the new season. But this competition that started, as we say, almost a month ago now, has delivered with great expectation. Two great semi-finals this week. It's tough on the losers, of course, but there can only be one winner on these occasions, and the two Kolkata sides are into the final. And come tomorrow morning, everybody will be wondering, how do they get a ticket for the final? Only 2 days away, of course. But, well, they had to work hard in that second half, didn't they? Because FC Goa gave a good account of themselves. But it's a solid group for Mohun Bagan Super Giants, and we expect big things from them this season as well.
After losing that game in the group stages against Imami East Bengal, they've shown a great performance, a great comeback, having defeated Mumbai City FC in the quarterfinals to make their way to the semi-finals. And in this game as well, having conceded and going down after that first goal from Noah Sodoi, made a strong comeback. And these are the final stats of the match. Ball possession enjoyed by FC Goa, but in terms of the shots and shots on target, FC Goa leading there as well. But it is Mohun Bagan Super Giant who made those shots count. Just 3 shots on target, but they managed to convert 2 of them, which was enough for them to win this game and secure their place in the finals.
Yeah, Vishal Kaith was in good form in the second half, denying Jay Gupta on a couple of occasions. That one save from the header towards the end was the pick of the bunch, really, as he guided the header on target. But it was always going to be a massive occasion. Manolo Marquez up against Juan Ferrando. Mohun Bagan Super Giant looking for a place in the final to take on their big Kolkata rivals, the 16-time winners. And of course FC Goa, who were in the final 2 years ago, beating Goklam Kerala rather. They started brightly. Victor Rodriguez was into the starting lineup. Noah Sodoi was the first to show, looking to try and clinch the golden boot for himself. But early on, the exchanges ended up with the goalkeepers being on top. The Tratos was a constant threat, forcing a save out of Dheeraj, first save of the match. But then that big mistake from Hugo Boomas, which let in Noah Sodoi.
Noah Sodoi with an interception, and then makes the most of it, goes all the way forward himself and then slots it in the bottom corner where it was impossible for Vishal to get any hand on it.
Plenty of quality goals from the Moroccan-American last season, and already he started in good form. That was his 6th goal in this competition. Goa threatened. You thought another goal at this point would put them very much in control. Then it got a little bit heated. Some yellow cards for Carl McHugh and Hector Eustace. Wasn't a bad-tempered game. It was niggly at times, as you would expect in a semi-final. Another chance coming to nothing for Mohun Bagan Super Giant. But then the turning point at the end of the first half, Ashik brought down, and Jason Cummings converted the penalty to make it 1-1.
Just before the half-time whistle, Mohun Bagan Super Giant were back on level terms, and they had made a lot of difference in terms of their confidence. You could suddenly feel a spring in their step. But in the second half, FC Goa did pose a lot of threat, did ask a lot of questions of this Mohun Bagan Super Giant defense. Vishal Kaith also had to pull off some saves early on in the second half.
Yeah, they brought on Armando Sadiku, and he had an immediate impact. His second touch saw him fire a wonderful shot past Dheeraj in goal. Got away from Sandesh Jingan, and there was no stopping that. And he's announced himself onto the stage in maroon and green in spectacular fashion. Goal in the AFC Cup qualifier, and now a goal in the Indian Oil Durand Cup as well. Goa fought vainly at the end, but they couldn't find a way past Vishal Keith, who made several fine saves late on. This one in particular. Well, that was Roland Borges, sorry. They tried hard, Goa, they just couldn't find a way through.
Jai Gupta was in really good form today. Had a couple of shots from distance as well. And a header did come off in the final few minutes of the second half, where Vishal again had to pull off a save. It was a physical battle, as you would expect from us in a semi-final clash.
This was the last shot that they had. Roland Borges firing wide, and Mohun Bagan Supergiant kept their goal intact and were able to celebrate another appearance in the final of the Indian Oil Durand Cup and a chance to get some silverware in the cabinet early on in the season, having lifted the Hero Indian Super League title, of course, last March. They fell out in the group stages of the Super Cup, but now they have a chance and confirmation of that full-time score here at the Salt Lake Stadium. FC Goa 1, Mohun Bagan Supergiant 2, Amando Sadiku with the winning goal just past the hour. Well, already a mouth-watering final awaits us. And there it is. Wow, you couldn't ask for much better, could you? Another Kolkata derby, the second. Imami East Bengal have already taken the spoils in the group stages. Our coverage starts at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon on Sony Sport 10-2. My thanks to Aditi. We look forward to the final. Imami East Bengal against Mohun Bagan Supergiants is on Sunday. It's a match you don't want to miss.